What we all should be doing is preparing an answer for some really obvious questions that get asked in the media. And the first one is, do we need natural environment as part of our urban environment? And it's a fair question because many of you will have been to places around the world which don't have trees or greening. The first answer to that is it helps with heat. Heat is our biggest challenge with climate change in the urban environment coming up for the next 10, 50, 100 years. And you can see the effects that green has on the picture to my top left there. You can see the effect of dark roofs have on how much heat they create. And you can see the greenery, which is at the back of that picture there and along the front and backyards. Where there is greenery, there is substantial cooling. So we are building communities that are getting hotter and hotter, and I'm going to come back to this issue in a moment. And the first, easiest, simplest way to reduce the heat island effect and the heat load is to plant green. And green is part of a number of ways we should be thinking about our communities. It's more than just trees for heat. It's actually creating communities that are sustainable and that people want to be part of. So we know that the urban environment has a large number of other contributory supporting activities. Green is usually, our cities are usually located in areas that are the richest in terms of biodiversity. We tend to put our cities in areas where you could have agriculture. If you could have agriculture, that's because there is water, good rainfall, good soil quality, so therefore there was substantial green. So if you want to conserve biodiversity, the location to do that is usually where the city is. And I'll come back to that topic in a moment. It is where the children are. And again, we heard from the welcome ceremony the importance of educating young people in the value of nature. Best place to do that is right in their own backyard. And then, of course, there's hundreds of much more specific values that come with green. I've placed them all up here. They include reducing air pollution, carbon dioxide stored, oxygen produced, biodiversity, cleaner stormwater, and so on. Green is trees, but it's not just trees. And in fact, we can think of greenery in a number of specific contexts. So remnant vegetation is the obvious one, but there are relatively few spots there. For those new to Adelaide, it's worthwhile visiting Ferguson Park or Folan Park, Tennyson Dunes, a few of those other areas where remnant vegetation still exists. But there is also a range of urban parks, streetscapes, greening up walls and facades, private greening in people's backyards, and of course the river systems themselves. All are locations which can have green. And green, as I said, means trees, but it means bushes, shrubs, lawns, ground covers. There's a whole mass of ways that we can think about green. So finishing up, the last point is we really need to be aware of the way the discussion goes around greening out in our wider community. We are often told and sold stories that infill development, creative community construction will be much like these pictures here. Each of them all use heavy greening as part of advertising, whether it be for plans for new communities, for selling the advertisers' real estate section, or building. All of them really imply that if you buy a house from us or you buy a house here, this is what you get. In fact, this is what you get. And this is an enormous challenge for us where we deal with a housing crisis and home affordability, that we don't create another set of problems by creating constructions such as these.